You talk about defending your family, right? Talk about defending your school in part, right? I would have, well, I alluded to that and I'll throw in one or two statements. Hey, I alluded to defending your school, defending your family, right? You defend your school, right? Let's talk now about defending your country, right? Defending your country, right? Defending your country, what it means to be a patriot and defending your country, right? First of all, let me say in order for you to defend your country, right? People in the country need to have right intentions, right? For me to defend my country and everybody in my country must have good intention towards each other, right? I can't be defending people in my everybody in my country if brown against black and black against brown, right? Then what's the sense? What's the point? I don't want to defend you. If it is brown against black and black against brown, right, for whatever reason, I don't want to be defending you. If it have an international war going on, right, I personally don't want to defend my country. If it is, why, if it is black against brown and brown against black, right, then what's the point? Right? So, hey, you defend your country if everybody in your country solid like that with each other. Solid like that with each other, regardless of what. And you have right intention for each person in your country. Everybody in the country must have good intention and right intention towards each other, meaning that we don't want to harm anybody in the country, inside the country. Once you in the country, right, I don't want to harm you and you don't want to harm me. And in that way, I will defend every man jack in this country, right? I can't want to cause harm to you, you can't want to cause harm to me, right? And if that's the case, I'll go all the way out, right, to defend every single person in this country, right? But your intention needs to be right, right? Intention towards each other needs to be right, right? And that is what it is, being a patriot, right? Being a patriot, right? It's not just, defending you even if you're dead wrong, right? Your intention, meaning your sincerity towards each other, right? In the country. You can't have people just because you use political party X, use political party Y, right? You're squabbling on Facebook, you're arguing, you're carrying on, jumping up, making a scene for every little stupidness, right? Your intention towards each other need to be right, right? Meaning that you can't be blaming your political leader, squabbling on Facebook, getting on, scrambling, right? Every day you're typing up some bullshit on Facebook about this party, that party, right? But you, right, your mindset as a citizen, right, is trash, right? If you want your political leaders to change to you as a citizen, your mindset, right? You need to stop the gossip, stop the chalala, stop the blah blah blah, right? On Facebook. And you take an active part in the development of your country by changing your mindset. And that way your leaders automatically change, right? Once you see you stop that kind of stupidness, your leaders, they doesn't have a choice but to change, right? They wouldn't have a choice but to change. But when they continue in blah 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 gossiping, right? Hey, Kit Rowley this, Kamala Prasad Visasa that, hey, go back to India this, go back to Africa that, right? And it's all kind of shit race talk, race baiting, shit, this, that, right? Then that, right? So we're changing the scenario now, right? We're not asking them to change, right? We changing, right? We not asking them to change. We changing and they won't have a choice but to change, right? We changing on the ground and they don't have a choice but to change on top, right? That's how you take back your power as a citizen, right? As a citizen, this is how you just take back your power, right? Take back your personal power, right? So whatever is going on there in leadership, I not letting it affect me. I not letting it affect my mentals, right? Because them as human beings too, and they have the choice. If they want to change, they change. If they don't, they don't, right? But you as an individual, what you, right? And that occur throughout the whole ground, right? Then you impact them instead of you quarreling and you thinking, but they not having the right impact on you. You start to impact them now, right? So you make them want to change now, right? Because so much of the collective of earlier changing, right, on the ground, right? Now say, I'm motivating my leaders to change and to do better now, right? And that's how you have to operate, right? Now don't sit down like all it is be, typing on Facebook, keyboard warring, right? Keyboard warring, right? I stop keyboard warring, right? I just speak now, right? I stop keyboard warring, right? That was senses. Because hey, as I was saying, everything is a trap, right? Facebook is a big trap. Facebook is a big illusion and a trap. YouTube is less of a illusion and a trap, but it's still a trap. But Facebook now, Facebook is a real illusion, right? See that Facebook thing? Hey, Facebook is called comparison, envy, jealousy, right? It's a trap, right? It's called show off, right? Show off. Yeah, you have anything you get, anything you acquire, hey, post it. You're showing off this, you're showing off that, you're showing off your children, right? It's encouraging all kind of thing, kidnapping, this, that, and the other. Hey, because everything you have and everything that come out of you and everything you birth, right? You had to show off, show off, show off, right? And then they're using it too as a tool of gossip, right? Using it as a tool of gossip. So anything happen to you now, right? And I'm talking from experience, not with the gossip, but well, venting and all that. Right? Facebook is not a place to vent. Hey, you see how I on YouTube here, and I have one view, two view, right? Meaning I don't care who watching it, right? So one person watching it, two people, 10 people, whoever. But on Facebook, you have 2,500 friends, right? So now people, strangers, anybody, right, seeing your business, right, on Facebook. Hey, if you get a new house, you post it. If you have a new baby, you post it. Hey, if you do a praise, you post it. If you do this, you post it. If you graduate, you post it, right? And them kind of things now, it attract unwarranted attention, right? Unwarranted attention from external sources. Hey, somebody could be sitting down scoping you out for donkey years and you don't even know, right? You don't even know, right? So this is what we're referring to, right? Stopping the yapping, right, regarding what political leaders and so on about each other and about limiting the information you share regarding yourself and your children, right? Your children, right? Upon the socials that gonna attract people now and attract pedophiles and attract kidnappers and so on, right, towards you and your child, right? Good. So we're talking about leadership, right? Right leadership within the country, right? And defending your country, right, against external forces, right? And we need to have right intention, right, towards each other in order to defend your country's name, which is Trinidad and Tobago, right? People of Trinidad and Tobago need to make themselves worthy of being defended, right? In order for somebody to defend TNT, right, as a country, the citizens of TNT and the leaders of TNT need to make themselves, produce themselves into a creation, right, that make themselves worthy of being defended, right? Because you can't defend wrongs, right? So you need to change, right? So I need to change, so you need to change, right? Because we're not defending wrongs, right? We're not defending wrongs, right? So Facebookers need to change, political leaders need to change, right? All of us on the ground need to change in order to secure our country, right? Divinely, right? And make the country and people of the country worthy of being defended, right? In a world at war, right? Good.